They showed up with suitcases. My mother and my sister stood in the driveway of my new beach villa like they owned the place. They didn't call. They didn't text. They just arrived. Mom smiled that tight smile I knew too well. "Sweetheart, we're here. You can let us in now." I stared at them through the camera intercom. For 28 years, they forgot my birthday. Every single one. But the day I closed escrow on a $1.2 million property, suddenly I had family again. Jenna, my sister, tilted her head at the camera. "You can't just buy a beach house and not share it with family." Funny how I became family the moment I had something they wanted. I didn't open the gate, because I had receipts. All of them. It's 9 p.m. here in California. Where are you watching from? And hit that like button if you've ever been invisible until you had something worth taking. Let me show you how 28 years of silence turned into one very loud legal conversation. Let me take you back. I turned 10 on a Tuesday. My parents were at Jenna's dance recital 3 towns over. I ate cereal for dinner, alone, 16. I asked for a birthday dinner. Mom said, "Maybe next week, honey." Next week never came, 21. They were in Europe. With Jenna. I saw the photos on Facebook. I stopped expecting anything after that. Jenna got the princess parties, the designer dress for prom. 4 years at a private college, fully paid. I got a pack of hand-me-down notebooks and a library card. So I worked. 2 jobs through community college. Barista by day, teaching myself to code at night. I learned Python from free boot camps. SQL from YouTube. I saved every dollar I didn't spend on rent. By 23, I landed a junior developer job. By 26, I was senior engineer. By 28, I had a consulting practice on the side that cleared 6 figures. I didn't post about it. No Instagram flexing. No LinkedIn humble brags. I just built, quietly, and I kept records. Every bank statement, every email, every receipt. I'm a database person. I save everything. Spreadsheets, scans, backups of backups. They had no idea what I'd built. And I liked it that way. Until a cousin saw the villa listing and tagged me on Instagram. Then everything changed. The phone rang on a Thursday night. I almost didn't answer. I hadn't heard from my mother in 11 months. Her voice was sugar and sunlight. "Sweetheart, we saw your beautiful new place. We're so proud of you." Proud. That word hadn't crossed her lips in a decade. Jenna's been so stressed lately. Her Etsy shop, you know. "We thought we'd come stay with you this summer, give you a chance to finally host the family." I set down my coffee. "Mom, it's my private retreat. I'm not running a bed and breakfast." The sugar evaporated. "Don't be selfish. We just want a few weeks. I need boundaries." I heard her pull the phone away. Muffled voices. Then Jenna's voice, sharp and loud. "You've always been like this, selfish, cold." "Jenna, I bought the house with my own money. We're family. You owe us. We fed you. We clothed you. That house is as much ours as it is yours." My mother came back on. "We'll be there Friday. Text us the gate code." Click, they hung up. I sat there in the quiet, staring at the dark screen. I had 4 days to decide if I'd roll over like I always had, or if I'd finally draw the line I should have drawn years ago. I tried reasoning. I sent a calm text the next morning. "I love you both, but I bought this house with my own savings. I'd be happy to host you another time. Right now, I need space." Read at 9:42 a.m. No reply. By noon, I was added to a family group chat. 12 people. Aunts, uncles, cousins. Aunt Linda wrote first. "After everything your parents sacrificed for you?" A cousin I hadn't spoken to in 5 years chimed in. "Wow, success really changed you." Then my mother, public, for everyone to see. "I knew we should have made you add our names to the deed. You've always been secretive with money." My chest tightened. An hour later, an email landed in my inbox. Subject line, potential financial exploitation. It was from Aunt Linda. She's a paralegal. The email was full of legal words. Undue enrichment. Failure to provide for aging parents. My parents are 56. For about 10 minutes, I sat there and felt like the villain in their story. Maybe I was selfish. Maybe I did owe them. Then I opened my files, and I remembered who actually paid for what. I pulled up my bank account. 6 months ago, the wire transfer for the down payment, $320,000. Source, my savings account, my name. Nobody else's. I screenshotted it. Then I opened my mortgage statements. Every single payment auto-debited from my checking account. Not a joint account, mine. I kept scrolling. And then I found the spreadsheet I'd been keeping since 2019. I called it family loans. $4,000. Mom's car repair, $6,000. Jenna's business launch for her Etsy shop, $3,500. Dad's medical copay, $4,500. Mom's credit card bill, every single line had a date, an amount. And a column that said repaid? Every cell in that column said the same thing. No, $18,472. They hadn't given me money. I'd given it to them. I forwarded the wire receipt to my personal email. Subject line, Villa Proof 01. I BCC'd my best friend for a timestamp. That was receipt number 1. But I had a feeling I'd need more than bank statements to stop what was coming. Friday came. I drove to the villa just before sunset. And there it was. My mother's SUV parked right across the gate. I couldn't get in. Jenna was out of the car, phone in hand, filming. This is the house my sister bought with money that should have gone to helping our parents retire. And now she won't even let us in. She turned the camera to my mom, who dabbed at her eyes. We gave her everything. This is how she repays us. I sat in my car, 20 feet away, and watched my sister post the video in real time. By midnight, it had 14,000 views. Comments poured in. Some people defended me. Most didn't. My phone lit up with messages from old high school friends. Is this true? Your mom seems really hurt. I didn't reply to any of them, and then my father texted. He'd been silent this whole time. Your mother's lawyer is drafting a claim that we co-signed financial documents for the purchase. If you don't add us to the title, we'll file it Monday. I read it twice. They were threatening to commit fraud, and they wanted me to believe they'd actually do it. I didn't sleep that night, but I wasn't panicking anymore. They wanted a public battle? Fine, I'd give them one. With every shred of paper on my side, I went back to my files. This time I pulled tax returns. My parents' joint return from 2021. Line 6C, dependents, one name, Jenna last name. I was 26 that year. I pulled 2020. Same thing. Jenna, 2019. Jenna, they never claimed me. Not once after I turned 18, because they never supported me. I pulled my own returns. I had claimed my own education credits. Paid my own tuition. Filed as independent since I was 19. The IRS had known the truth for a decade. Then I opened something I hadn't looked at in years. A folder on my hard drive. I called it birthday evidence. Photos, Jenna's birthdays. 27 pictures. Huge cakes, banners, family portraits. My birthdays? 3 pictures total. One from my 14th birthday. Me alone with a grocery store cupcake. Nothing after that? I made a side-by-side image. 27 photos on the left, 1 on the right. I didn't caption it. I didn't need to. The gap spoke for itself. Now I had the money trail and the emotional truth. I just needed to understand why they were doing this now. And I was about to find out. Saturday morning, my friend Kayla texted me. You need to see this. A screenshot. Jenna's private Instagram. The Finsta she thought nobody outside her inner circle followed. But Kayla still did. The post was from May 14th. 2 weeks before my parents called. Inventory loan is killing me. $32,000 due in 90 days. Mom and Dad co-signed, and now they're freaking out because they're on the hook too. I stared at the screen. $32,000. Kayla sent another screenshot. A comment thread from our town's Facebook group. My mother had posted it a month earlier. Does anyone know a good debt consolidation service? Asking for a friend. I pulled up my calendar. My parents called me for the first time in almost a year on May 21st. Exactly 1 week after Jenna posted about the loan. It wasn't about family. It wasn't about the villa. They wanted equity. A home equity line of credit on my house would have given them $200,000. Easy. And I would have been stuck with the bill. Now I knew exactly what to do, and it wasn't giving them a single key. Monday morning, 9 a.m. I walked into a law office on Main Street. The glass door read, Mitchell and Chow, Real Property and Family Law. The attorney's name was David, mid-50s, calm eyes. I sat down and said one sentence. I need to protect an asset from people who never protected me. He listened while I laid it out. The villa, the family, the threats. He pulled the deed from the county recorder. This property is solely in your name. No co-signers, no co-buyers. If they file a false claim, that's fraud. I want that in writing. You'll have it by end of day. I spent Tuesday night building a binder. Black cover, tabbed sections, purchase documents, bank records, family loans, tax returns, communication log, social media evidence. Every receipt I'd saved for a decade organized and labeled. Wednesday morning, David sent 2 letters. Certified mail. Letter 1, cease and desist on the fraudulent deed threat. Letter 2, defamation notice. Jenna's TikTok video had to come down in 48 hours or we'd file for damages. Then I sent an email to my parents. We're meeting Thursday at 2 p.m. at my attorney's office. If you want to discuss the house, this is the venue. Otherwise, all communication goes through counsel. I didn't sleep Wednesday night, but I didn't need to. The documents would speak louder than I ever could. Thursday, 2 p.m. The conference room had a long table and a screen on the wall. I sat on one side with David. A mediator sat at the head. My parents walked in first, then Jenna, then Aunt Linda, the paralegal. They looked confident. Mom's lawyer wasn't with them. I noticed that. The mediator opened. We're here to address claims regarding the property at 123 Ocean Vista Drive. Let's review the facts. David stood and clicked the remote. Slide 1 appeared on the screen. The deed, my name highlighted in yellow. Sole owner, recorded June 10th. No co-signers, no co-buyers. Mom opened her mouth. David kept talking. Slide 2, down payment, $320,000. Source account, narrator's personal savings. No joint accounts, no parental contributions. My mother tried again. We gave her money over the years. David smiled. Let's check that. Slide 3, the loan spreadsheet. $18,472 in documented loans from the narrator to her parents. 2019 through 2022, repayment received $0. My father's face went red. Aunt Linda stared at the screen and said nothing. Slide 4, tax returns. Dependents claimed by Mr. and Mrs. Last Name, 2015 through 2022. A single name appeared on screen. Jenna Last Name. The narrator was self-supporting from age 18 per IRS records. Silence. David clicked again. As to the TikTok post alleging theft or misuse of family funds. He played the screen recording. Jenna's voice filled the room. Money that should have gone to our parents. David paused it. This video is defamatory and materially false. It was viewed 14,000 times. We can pursue damages, or it can be removed today. Jenna pulled out her phone. Her hands were shaking. She deleted it. Right there. The mediator turned to my parents. Do you have documentary evidence of co-investment or co-signing? My dad's voice was barely a whisper. No. Then there is no claim. David leaned forward. Any future false filing with the county recorder constitutes fraud under state penal code. A criminal offense. Are we clear? My mother nodded. Yes. I spoke for the first time. You forgot 28 birthdays. You don't get to remember me now because I have something you want. Nobody argued. The meeting ended in 4 minutes. They walked out. I stayed and signed a title monitoring service to flag any future filings against my property. It was over. 6 days later, an email arrived. Subject line, Thursday, from my dad's account. We may have overreacted. Emotions were high. We wish you well. No apology. No acknowledgement. I archived it. I didn't reply. Jenna blocked me on every platform. A mutual friend told me she posted a vague Instagram story. Sometimes you learn who people really are. Broken heart emoji. I shrugged. I already knew who they really were. Aunt Linda texted me privately 10 days later. I owe you an apology. Your mom told us a very different version. I didn't ask for proof. I'm sorry. I wrote back. I appreciate that. But I'm keeping my distance from the group for now, she replied. I understand. 2 weeks after the meeting, the family group chat finally went quiet. I muted it, permanently. The gossip cycle moved on. I didn't. I started going to the villa every other weekend. Morning coffee on the deck. No interruptions. No performances. I invited the friends who had always remembered my birthday. The ones who texted on year 22. Year 25. Year 27. One of them raised a glass on the deck at sunset. To the people who see you when you have nothing and stay when you have everything. I'll drink to that. 4 months later, I filed paperwork for a 501c3, a scholarship fund for first-generation computer science students from unsupportive families. I named it after my grandmother, Evelyn, the one person who never forgot to send a card. The first award was $5,000, funded entirely from my consulting income. The press release included one line, in memory of the one person who never forgot. I didn't list the villa on Airbnb. I didn't monetize it. I bought it to breathe, and that's exactly what I do there. Here's what I learned. You don't owe access to people who only show up for the good parts. Boundaries aren't cruelty, they're self-respect. And sometimes the family you build, the friends who remember, the communities you fund, matters more than the one you were born into. I'm still on that deck most weekends. Laptop open, ocean in front of me, calm, alone, free. So let me ask you, have you ever been invisible to your family until you accomplished something they wanted? Tell me your story in the comments. I read every single one. And if this one hit home, hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot more receipts to pull. See you in the next one. This story is a fictionalized dramatization and is not legal or financial advice.